Well, Omar Hilale is Morocco's ambassador to the UN. You're joining us live from UN headquarters in New York. Sir, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. Explain to us why Morocco felt it was necessary to pass a resolution, put this text to the members of the UN General Assembly.
Good afternoon, Doha. Morocco felt it necessary, if not imperative, to do something. Because what's happening these last weeks, that people or some persons are burning the Quran and burning holy books just to, I don't know what they are or they want to express. For us, it was very important that we have a reaction by the United Nations. We agree that many countries have condemned that. There was also reaction by the Arab and the Muslim world. But it was not enough to stop this kind of defamation of a religion of 2 billion people all around the world. Of course, during the discussions, there was a lot of arguments that have been presented, not on the fact to condemn this act, but the reference to the international law. And we say to our European colleagues that it's high time that the UN condemn such act, like that we will prevent the hate speech. We will prevent also a kind of, because this act is a hate act. It's an act that is provoking. It's an act that is just giving opportunity to extremists.
Well, sir, this is exactly what I wanted to ask you about.
To be more active.
You said this is what we
Yes.
say. You just addressed European nations. But free speech and democracy in Western democracies allows for people to do this. So what do you say to Sweden, to France, to Germany, and to those countries who may entirely agree with you that burning any kind of holy book, whether it's the Quran or another one, is offensive, unhelpful, but not illegal? What do you say to them?
I think with this resolution, it becomes illegal, because this resolution is not only condemning such act, but also saying that it violates international law. And I have a question to all those people who are talking about freedom of expression. What this act is helping the freedom of expression, if not fueling hate, fueling extremism, and antagonizing 2 billion people, Muslims. We are for the freedom of expression, but the freedom of expression in Europe should also respect the freedom of faith, the freedom of having its dignity as faith, the freedom of also being safe and not be attacked by people. That's the only reason. Those who are doing this, they are not doing it. It's because they believe that it's freedom. They are acting as freedom of expression. They are doing it because they are extremists. They are doing it to provoke Muslims. They are doing it because they hate Islam. They are doing it because they want to create more problems between the different communities. Morocco have been all the time calling for dialogue, for tolerance, for coexistence, for living together, and also for compromising on all issues. But unfortunately, we disagree with our European colleagues and friends on the expression of freedom of expression, because there is already in the Pact on Civil, Economic and Political Rights, Article 19 and 20. They have been, this international convention have been adopted several decades ago, and it's talking about the freedom and the limitation of this kind of freedom of expression.
But sir, if tomorrow a protester wants to organize and gets the right to organize a protest in Sweden, but it could be another country, I'll just take Sweden because that's where we've seen it recently, and decides to burn a Quran, it is still not illegal under Swedish law. What would you expect to happen now that you have passed this resolution?
I think depending on the legal system in the world and in each country, there are countries who are saying that there is prevalence. International law is above the national law. So if it's the case in these European countries, normally they should adapt their national laws and regulations to the international laws just to preserve the peace, the harmony, and the coexistence of its citizens and also or the people who are living in their countries. There is a necessity of a conformity of the national law with the international law. The resolution of yesterday is historical one. It's milestone in the fight against all kind of hatred, all kind of attacks against holy books, churches, synagogues, mosques, hospitals. It's a resolution that is just protecting people from all kind of provocation and all kind of hates, because hates just provoke another hate and extremism.
Omar Hilale, Morocco's ambassador to the United Nations, thank you for coming on the program.